Hello, I'm CGTN reporter Hu Chao.
I'm Liu Xinqing.
Yeah, and nice to meet you again. And today is the day 26.
Right.
Yeah, 26. It's a long journey.
Right. We've almost accomplished 2/3 of our journey.
Yeah, and for us, we are the southern roads.
Right.
Southern route in
Southern
Xinjiang.
route.
Yeah.
Because the whole team traveled from northern Urumqi through western Xinjiang all the way to the south. Then we are coming back to the north again after traveling through this Tianshan mountain.
Yes, and we have done so many shows, so many TV stories,
Live streaming.
TV live cross, and also the new media live streaming.
Short video.
And yeah, short video vlog. Yeah, so many programs we've done, so we feel a bit exhausted.
Yeah, very exhausted.
Are you?
Sure, of course. Because we get up very early every day and go to bed very late every night.
Actually,
so very exhausted.
we sleep and work both according to the Beijing time.
Right.
The Beijing time.
So we have to contact Beijing every day.
Yeah, actually in Xinjiang, they also use the Beijing time, but the sunset is quite late.
Right.
Yeah, so people they have breakfast at around 10 o'clock and they have lunch at around 14 o'clock. That's 2 p.m. and also very late dinner at around 8:30 p.m. or sometimes we have dinners at around 9 p.m.
Right.
Yeah.
But although it's very tiring, it's sometimes very exciting because we've traveled to so many places and seen so many beautiful scenes.
Yeah.
And even if it's very harsh environment in southern Xinjiang, we still very enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like the Turpan desert highway, and we drive for about 10 hours. It's a long journey, but it's okay.
That is because when you want to see the beautiful view, you always have to make a long trip. You always have to make some sacrifices,
That's
right?
the price you have to pay.
Yeah, that's the price you have to pay, yeah.
So today, we are now.
We are heading to the city of Turpan. Yeah, great scenic spot, hot spot for tourists in East Xinjiang. And we are from the Bohu County.
Right.
We set off from Bohu County this morning. And it's a long trip.
It's actually more than 300 kilometers. It's
but
not very long, but it takes like 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
So because the road is really treacherous and we can't drive that fast. And actually we're traveling through the Tianshan mountain.
Yeah.
Tianshan is very important for the local people of Xinjiang.
It's a very important symbol of Xinjiang.
Right, because they call themselves the children of Tianshan. I just talked to our driver earlier, and he said why they call this, because the Tianshan is very important for them. And they rely on the melting water from Tianshan for irrigation and for drinking water. And also, it is also the source of many important rivers in Xinjiang.
Yeah, so all the water in Xinjiang are from melted glacier on the Tianshan mountain.
Yes.
So that's the source of life.
And we've also discovered there are many companies or even locations they name after Tianshan. Right.
Yeah. And it means the mountain of heaven.
Or heavenly mountain.
Yeah. So sacred.
Right. So the Tianshan mountain is also very important because I'm a big fan of the Journey to the West, or a story of a monk, Xinjiang, who
classic
traveled,
Chinese literature.
Right.
Yeah.
He traveled from the capital city of Tang, and then all the way for about 25,000 kilometers to India. And it passed through Tianshan on the southern side of Tianshan, and it's a really long journey.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's a household novel. Everybody knows.
Yes, I know. The Monkey King.
Right.
And the Tang Dynasty Buddhist monk, Tang Sen in Chinese.
So it's even in our modern time, it takes a long time to travel through this route.
Yes, the same.
So you can imagine he spent about 19 years to accomplish this mission.
Yes.
So it's really difficult.
And also the Tianshan mountain is one of the largest mountain ranges,
Right.
Mountain ranges in the world.
Right. I did some research last night. It's about 2,500 kilometers long, ranging from Xinjiang in the west of China all the way to Kazakhstan.
Yeah, it covers many other countries.
Right. And it belongs to the Yarden landform. It's very amazing and gorgeous. You can see
Yeah, you know
outside
that.
the window.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, some area views,
right.
I guess, now are showing the landform of this region.
But it's also very dry.
Yeah,
There's
it's
almost no
quite
water
dry.
here.
Yeah.
Our driver told us this place is called Gango, which means
Gango.
the dry valley in English, because
Okay.
there's almost no rainfall all year long. So it's really
Yeah.
dry and nothing can
Yeah.
grow on the
The
mountain.
typical desert climate,
Right.
and it can be really hot in the noontime and really cold in the early morning
The temperature
and night.
difference is
Yes.
very big. It's really hot, but when we arrive in Turpan, there's a famous place called Flaming Mountain, the hottest place
a
in China.
must-see site for tourists.
Right, right. And the highest temperature record can reach 80 degrees Celsius. So you can
Yes,
see,
yes.
imagine how hot it is.
So talking about the Flaming Mountain, of course, it's not really burning.
Right.
Actually, it is because of the temperatures. Because in summer, the ground temperature can reach as high as 70 degrees Celsius. So people are often tricked into thinking they're seeing flames. So that is quite interesting.
But in the TV series, The Journey to the West, we can see flames.
I think that's some visual effects.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it's just some digital visual effects. And the Flaming Mountain is quite barren, no grass,
No
grass at all. And
Have you been there before?
yes, of
Oh.
course. It was exciting to see the spot, especially when you think about the journey to the west and the TV series of the
Yeah.
journey to the west. Yeah, it's quite
A lot
exciting.
of fans of the Journey to the
Yeah,
West.
I think every one
they
of
will go
us
to see
is a
this.
fan of the TV series because that is a very important, a very important thing in our childhood memories.
So I look forward to going to that place
Yes,
to
me too.
see in my own eyes.
So stay tuned. We will have some live streaming
Right.
and some live cross from that spot.
I think this, like the live streaming of this Xinjiang project, we do almost 4 live shows every day, 2 for
That's
new media and 2
Yes,
for TV.
we are very prolific reporters.
Right. So it's not only amazing Xinjiang, our whole team is also amazing, although it's really tiring.
Everything is amazing.
And you can see there are some grass, very few grass
Yes.
along the ranges, but the landform is really gorgeous. You can see the mountain is not very high, but it's so amazing.
And this
But-
kind of thing, we don't see it in urban areas,
Right.
in other provinces
Right.
in China.
It's very unique because if
Yes.
you travel to the northern Xinjiang, you can see the grassland.
Yeah, it's a very different view.
They're very different, the lake. But in southern Xinjiang, it's dry.
Yes, it's like this.
Right.
So if you follow our program from the first day, you can see the difference between the northern Xinjiang and the southern Xinjiang. It's a stark contrast between the two parts.
Because Xinjiang is so vast, it accounts for about 6 or 7, like
1/6.
1/6,
One-sixth of
percent of the
China's-
total area of China.
Yeah.
So it's so big. And we can also see the infrastructure on the mountain. So there is still some, it's called, this road actually we're traveling through is called the lifeline of this area.
Yes.
Because in the past,
Lifeline.
before this road was built in the 1990s, it's really difficult for people to travel through Tianshan.
So this kind of traffic construction is very important.
Right, right.
It has greatly changed local people's life and connected them to the outside world.
To the outside world,
Yeah.
right. And this road, because now is the National Day holiday. During the
Yeah.
holiday times, it's usually very busy. Just now we met some traffic jam, and so there are a lot of traffic, but because the coronavirus outbreak was just over, so Xinjiang is gradually opening to the outside world.
Yes, everything returns normal now.
And maybe I think in the road ahead and go through tunnels. It's also very beautiful.
Yeah. So we are literally going through the Tianshan mountain.
Right. And I think, look at my phone, there's no signal.
Yes.
It's really very harsh environment. But I talked to some of the experts before we set up, because they said this place is rich in mine resources.
Mining. Yes.
Some of the companies do mining here.
So there are rich mining resources
Gold, silver,
under this barren mountains.
Right.
So what kind of mines?
Like the iron and silver, gold.
Silver.
Yes.
Wow, that.
This place is actually called no man's land, but there are only miners working here.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can see the infrastructure. I think they are built for the mining projects.
Okay.
Because there's no one living here. And I think this place we're driving through, it will take about 1 hour.
Just 1 hour?
1 hour. It's not very long, like 50 kilometers, but we have speed limit, and there's a lot of traffic.
Yes, as you can see, we're driving a bit slow.
Right. And it's a little dangerous.
Yeah, so we got to be careful.
Right.
So tomorrow we're gonna have some live streaming in the Grape Valley in Turpan, and also
I look forward to that one.
the Grape Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grape Valley is one of the tourist sites in Turpan, and it's one of the favorite of
because
tourists.
grape is the name card of Turpan.
It's it's a name card. It's said to be the most delicious. Grapes there are said to be the most delicious, and the Grape Valley is as long as 8 kilometers long.
Right.
But I know the grape production from the valley can be as much as 100 million kilograms a year. Yeah.
That's a huge industry.
Yeah.
But I think talking about the grape, I think Xinjiang, the whole region of Xinjiang, is really rich in fruits, right?
Yes.
'Cause yesterday I think you tasted the pears.
Yeah, the pear.
How was that?
Have a bite now?
Yeah.
Kora's pear. Kora's pear is very famous. It's one of China's best known fruits. And the fruit is so famous that Korla is also known as the pear city. Pear city. And the pears they plant not only be sold to the domestic markets, but also be exported to
other countries,
overseas countries.
Wow.
Yeah. Hundreds of tons of Kola pears will be exported to the overseas market.
But there's a challenge here because Xinjiang is so vast and the road is not that developed or well established. So the logistics is a little difficult.
The logistics cost is a bit high.
It's a bit high, right. So, and especially for the fresh fruits, it takes some time to go from Xinjiang to the outside.
And yesterday we were in the city of Korla, so we can talk more about Korla. Korla is the second largest city in Xinjiang, and it's
the second largest.
The second largest.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't realize that.
A very big oasis city, looking quite beautiful with all the greenery, which we don't often see in other parts in southern Xinjiang. And also Korla is located in the Mongolia Autonomous Prefecture. And this prefecture, do you know, it is the largest prefecture in China.
In China?
Yes,
wow.
Yes.
That's huge. Because Xinjiang is already very big.
Yeah, and also Korla is situated to the north of Taklamakan Desert.
Oh, desert is really amazing. We travel through the desert. And I watched your TV show last night. Your live TV show on the ship. It's really beautiful.
What do you think?
Amazing.
Yes, we were cruising the beautiful Swan River scenic spot, and where actually the famous Kongque River or Peacock River in English flows through, and that was really beautiful and have with this kind of fountain, musical fountain.
Oh.
Yeah, and the night view is fantastic. Fascinating.
And I think in the morning before we start, we are planning the trip. It takes about 6 to 7 hours from Bohu County to Turpan. And then we will stop for lunch in a county called Tianshan County. And then we'll go all the way through.
Some workers working there.
Right, yes. The miners, and they're still building the line, the electricity line. So the
job must be difficult.
Right, the working environment is really harsh, but we have to do this for the local people.
This is important.
Yeah, very important for them.
Well, thanks to them.
Yeah. And also, all the way when we are traveling through Xinjiang, because it's so big, we need some kind of assistance, like the Beijing, the navigation system.
Yes, the Beidou.
The Beidou.
Navigation satellite system. So a big thank you.
And also
for
the car.
system. Yes, and also, the Geely automobile.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for your support for our journey through Xinjiang, the amazing
Xinjiang, the project. Actually, it's very pleasant. I'm traveling through with Geely.
Yes.
It's all kinds of functions.
Yes.
And I think it's really dry here. Shall we taste some of the cola pears?
Oh, cola pears. Wow.
That you brought for me.
That's our secret.
Yeah, secret.
Fruits hidden here. Okay, here we go. And I'd like to tell you something about the cola pear. Actually, cola pear has genders.
Right.
The female ones and the male ones. Do you know the difference? How to tell them from each other? Well,
I guess mine is male because I am male.
Yes.
No.
No, both of these are
female.
Female cola pears.
What's the difference?
Look at the bottom.
The bottom.
It's a concave bottom.
Ah.
Yeah, concave bottom. So this is a
I see the secret.
Pear.
So it's like the yin and yang.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So shall
Here
I?
we go.
It's really juicy.
Yes, especially tasty when you feel thirsty.
Especially when we are traveling through.
Got some tissues with me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because Xinjiang is really dry with high temperature, so the fruits grow up in Xinjiang here. It's really tasty and sweet.
Yeah, very sweet. So in Xinjiang, in order to keep healthy, you have to drink a lot of water.
Water, right?
And have more fruits.
But Xinjiang is a place that lacks water, right?
Yes,
there are a few rivers, but it all relies on the mountain.
I remember you did a package on the reservoir, the Medical Water Project.
That's in Kashgar, Kashgar region, yes. That's a huge project.
And the view around the reservoir is so beautiful.
Beautiful, right. Because in the past, the project manager told me, in the past, before they built that reservoir, the local residents every year they suffer the flooding every year. And then
why there is flooding river? I'm a little bit confused.
Because the melting glaciers,
there.
the river and the water come through that valley. And then the local residents, they suffer from flooding every year. So the local government try to build a reservoir so they can save the water during the flooding season. And then during the spring and the dry season, they can release some of the water for the residents for irrigation and drinking water.
Wow.
So that's a very huge project.
Yeah.
I think with about 10 billion yuan of investment.
It takes a long time.
About 2 years. But after accomplished, it will have many functions like irrigation, power generation, and also can protect the eco environment.
Okay.
So it's very
Yeah,
important.
so talking about environment protection, actually Xinjiang has done a lot to improve the ecological environment, to protect the environment.
Right. Because it's very important. We have a national
Yes.
strategy to improve the environment.
Yeah.
In the past, there are a lot of places, they are polluted for industrial
Yeah.
development. Now we have turned the things around. We try to improve the environment.
And achieve sustainable development.
Right. That's very important.
Which is very important now. And today we also have some exciting programs going on in the Bohu County.
Bohu Lake.
Yeah,
It's a
Jianhua
pity
is
we
there.
cannot be there. Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Our handsome Jianhua is there.
I think he's now on a ship fishing
Yeah.
there. Yes.
Yeah, actually Bohu is a very, very large lake, right? Freshwater
Yes,
lake.
I think it's the largest in China, freshwater
Yeah.
lake.
So can you imagine in Xinjiang there is such a huge lake there?
It's called the West Sea of China.
Yeah.
Or in Chinese, it's called 中国的西海.
So when
Yes.
we visited there, I felt it looks like the Sanya in China's Hannan province. It's like a coastal county, coastal city.
Right, because it's hard to imagine there's such a big lake there in Xinjiang. A place where there's, the water is so less, so inefficient here. So, but Jianhua is doing a show in Bohu Lake for a whole day, and tonight I think Xinjiang will be in Turpan.
Yeah.
He will do a show with donkey.
Riding on a donkey,
Donkey,
right?
right.
Donkey
That'll be
trip.
very interesting too.
Oh, this is really delicious.
Especially when we're traveling through Gango, the dry valley. So we need some pears.
It relieves my thirst. Okay. I think so much for our section here
Right.
on the road to Turpan.
Right. We still have 4 more days to go before
Yes,
we
stay
wrap up
tuned.
the whole journey. Right?
Yes. Especially we will end up this trip in
Urumqi, right,
the
right.
capital,
Right.
the capital city of
And
Xinjiang Uygur Autonomous
by that
Region.
time, our whole team will appear on the
Yeah.
screen.
We'll have a grand show.
Grand show, right? So stay tuned.
Lots to expect.
And you can also watch us on a CGTN app or Sina Weibo or any other social media platform. So
Yes.
stay tuned. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.